And we're back. Huzzah. Okay. We good now? I hope so. Okay. So, now we're starting. It has been 5 years since we last saw the world of Erecting Rising. 6 years since the end of the war with Oleander. Oh, well, I was early. We good? Okay, cool. Villages and cities have been rebuilt. Treaties and alliances have been made throughout many different kingdoms in the hopes to avoid a future conflict. And if one were to arise again, to have a large amount of powerful allies to back them up. The agency, as they have always done in this timeline, helped to create this peace. Besides negotiating treaties and rebuilding, they sent out members to track down any remaining followers of Oleander, ensuring there could be no return and the world will be safe from entrapment in a mirror prison. A number of the Haven Hills heroes took it upon themselves to help lead the agency and to continue to fight for peace, while others started families of their own, returned to their families, or retired from adventuring. Overall, after much work, the world has entered into an era of peace. Which brings us to now. Every year, the royal family of Clem hosts a week-long celebration to honor the success of the final battle. There's much feasting, drinking, dancing. Merchants from all over the kingdom, as well as the world, come for day-long markets, and contests are held of all manner, as well as games. All are welcome. However, the first 2 days of the week are spent honoring those who were lost. Family and friends of those who are gone are welcome to share stories, create art, and find ways to keep those who are gone alive and those who survived, so their sacrifice and names are never forgotten. These days have been called the Grogo Days in honor of the Princess Amara's shadow, who died in protection of her and the kingdom. This year, the agency is hosting their own private celebration for its members towards the end of the week. Now, about a week prior to the festivities, you all receive a letter with the agency's seal and a strand of ribbon on the seal. This is a common way for the agency to send information that isn't deemed urgent. The letter is addressed with your name, and upon opening it, you see an invitation. In swooping letters, you read you are invited to the APFTF, to be explained at the event, towards the end of celebration week. You will be transported there via your agency badge. Wear whatever you are comfortable in. However, as Princess Amara would say, formal attire is never frowned upon. Food and drink will be provided. At the very end of the paper, in slightly smaller print, you read, "Please wear the included accessory however you please. You may cut, style, and adjust length as you see fit. However, please have it visible somewhere above the waist. This is very important." And as you look in the bottom of the envelope, you see a long ribbon in a pastel rose color. Now, as the day of the APFT arrives, your badge has told you you will be transported in the early evening. Now, is there anything any of you do in particular in the hours leading up to the event? No? Okay, cool.
Nope. Not really.
All right. When the time comes, each of you are teleported to your own entryway. There's a sign on the door that reads, "Please do not take too long to enter. We have timed this to teleportations. Please go through the door. There is much to do, and we are on a schedule. Welcome!" In all caps. Do you enter the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You enter into a hallway that seems longer than necessary. The floors, walls, and ceilings are all mirrors, and dancing lights float down the halls, and along the floor you see lights in the shape of an arrow pointing towards the end of the hall where you can see light and hear the murmur of people. You find yourself in a large room. A stage sits in the center. Think theater in the round. Candles are grouped in corners on the stage and floating in the air. Clusters of couches and pillows surround the stage, and in each little section, a banner of sorts hangs from the ceiling. The fabric is light, almost translucent, and each one is a different color. Your badge goes off. Please find your seat. The banner corresponds with the accessory you have been asked to wear. So this is when you all may make your way to the pastel rose section and introduce yourself. Does anyone specific want to go first?
You see a 7.5 to 8 foot tall Goliath with long black hair, wearing these very dark, almost goth punk clothes, like black leather pants, way too many belts, big black boots, sleeveless shirt sort of thing. That shows that he is a very lean muscle sort of person, not a string bean. And you see he's just got all kinds of tattoos like all over his body. A serpent on the back of the palm, his mouth open, that kind of winds its way up his arm, across his collarbone, then down the other side. And you could spend like 20 minutes probably studying the other tattoos he has, such as the rose on the inside of the palm with an open eye. But I'm not going to spend 20 minutes describing his tattoos. I'm going to pass the buck on to whoever wants to go next.
So you see little about average size, very pinkish pale skinned elf with a striking long white hair, and they're dressed not exactly like they were probably told to dress. Um, the clothing is very organic in the fact that it's a lot of like leaf wraps and other things that just look like this individual just picked them up, picked from the forest, and it makes for a very interesting yet colorful wardrobe. And the ribbon is wrapped around a staff that they walk with, though they don't seem to appear to need it, but it's wrapped around a hooked staff that they walk with just kind of casually. Um, and that's the gist you get. They look very like eh, out of their element. Like they don't seem like they're all there right now. Like they're distracted by the different lights that were leading them down the path and everything. It's all a lot for them to take in. And that's that.
So I am Thanatos. I am also a 7.5 foot tall Luxodon monk. As you see, I have the typical grayish skin with a hue of pink to tan overtones. The most distinctive feature is that my right arm is replaced with a robotic arm, as I have lost it at a certain point. You guys can figure that out, and how, way to run through RP. But from the right above the elbow is gone, and I have myself a mech hand. He's very simple. He has on what looks like to be just a simple gi, just wrapped boots, standing there looking menacing, seems innocent, and from time to time you see the top of my lapel move a little bit. until you see a little mouse pop up the side of my neck. And that's Thanatos. Did my audio cut out again? What did you say?
Nope, you're fine.
Okay.
Are you all making your way to your seating section, or was
I think with Marius, it's taking them a minute to get there because I don't know if they've been to this particular neck of the woods in a long time, if at all.
none of you have
It's
been here before?
okay. Well then, like I said before, it's a lot for them to take in, so there's a lot to process. They're not big on city life these days, if ever. So it's processed for them. Not just like awkward, but mm, there's some element of I won't say outright, but there's an element of impairment right now.
Maruz is wondering is there a bar?
I'll say as you look around, all you see is the stage in the center and just the sections of couches and cushions with their corresponding ribbon. It doesn't look like there's really anything else to this space. If you want to make a perception check for me.
First roll of the night. 22.
Okay, sweet. So along 4 of the walls, you see people entering. It's as if they've made the entrances coming in from all areas. The very far wall from the section that you entered looks to be a black curtain. You don't know what's behind the wall or behind the curtain. But as far as you can see, everyone's making their way to their seats. Everyone seems to be joking around, laughing, introducing themselves to new people, but no bar. However, your invitation did say food and drinks will be provided, so maybe behind the curtain.
No, I'll just sit and sulk.
Okay. You all, for those of you who haven't made your way to your seats yet, you all hear a soft little chime on your badge. Please find your way to your seats. We will be starting soon.
Thanatos finds 2 seats to take up his ginormous butt and sits down between the 2.
Marius looks around a little bit, like at all the light sconces or whatever, and he's just like, oh, shrugs and just starts to wander over to the seating and just flops down like really relaxed.
Fantastic.
Maruz just leans back in his chair, feet up on the table, and he's thinking to himself, I really hope Monkey's not getting up to anything at home.
Fantastic. Another calming ding goes off from everyone's badges this time. And with a puff of smoke, a half-elven woman with long blonde hair in a white dress with cap sleeves, a gold belt along her waist, and a sword strapped to her back appears next to a tiefling woman with wavy red hair in a black suit, the jacket draped over her shoulders with her arms crossed. She does not look excited to be here. However, the half-elven woman smiles, throws her arms in the air, spins in a circle and says, "Welcome to the APFTF, the agency's plan for the future." She starts clapping, expecting everyone else to applaud as well. "As you all know, this is always a very important and highly anticipated time, leading up the celebration of victory of the leaders of the agency come together to reflect on the past and what we have been doing to keep the peace, and what we can do better. This year, Her Highness brought up a fantastic point. Oleander would not have been successful if not for the use of magical items. And so, drumroll." She waits 30 seconds for a drumroll that never comes. Every once in a while, you see her staring daggers at her tiefling companion. "We have decided to begin tracking down and keeping safe objects of power. Our researchers have been searching the history books for items, whether believed to be real or myth, and finding all the information we possibly can. And this is where all of you come in. Everyone here is relatively new to the agency. So to create a work environment aimed more at community, we have created small task forces. So instead of everyone being sent off on missions with a relatively new group of people, those who share your seating shall be your party. The purpose of tonight is to get to know your group, celebrate, and do a little team building." She swishes her arms towards the far end of the room, and the curtain begins to rise. "We have got food, a live band and dance floor, some drinks. However, we do ask that you all avoid the punch bowl section. Kilmore, as you know, tends to create foods and beverages that are a little transformative to the person. Kilmore did spike the punch. He left a sign that said, 'Would you still love me if I was a worm?' We assume he left this for Princess Amara. However, we do believe he got his spelling wrong, as someone did drink it before we realized, and they are now a worm, WYRM. Temporary, but please do not drink the punch." And as everyone looks towards the punch section, you all see an agency member who was tasked with working the punch station give a very small wave with a grumpy look on his face, while next to him, a small worm is waving the edge of their body with what appears to be a giant smile on their face. There is caution-like tape around the punch bowl section. So there's that. "Once your party feels you are acquainted enough, you may head to the exits where the team building begins. Upon completion, you will meet your clerk. They will work each mission with you, so you'll always have a friendly face to see. Any questions you have may be directed towards them. Have a wonderful evening." And with another poof of smoke, the two are gone.
I think Marius just burst into laughter afterwards.
What would you all like to do?
Does it seem like they're putting us? So we're going to be doing something, but does it seem like they're putting us in groups, or is it like this is a social event and we're just walking around at the point?
So basically, the seating that you're in has the three of you there, since the three of you all had the same colored ribbon.
Oh yeah, so the ribbon. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
The curtained off section, from what you can see, there's like a punch bowl, there's like a feasting table, there's like what appears to be a dance floor section, and then a live band. And then there's like a hedge doorway with a sign that says "Exit here." So very much just kind of, overall social space. And then moving along to the exit and whatever lies in there.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Denatos, and this is Jinx. As I put the little mouse down on the table.
Oh.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
What did you say the name of the mouse was? I sort of heard that,
Jinx.
but not Jinx. Okay. It was
Jinx.
okay.
Which, by the way, the original name for Jerry was Jinx from Tom and Jerry. So that's why I named him.
Oh,
Yeah. It was Jasper and Drinks was the original names of Tom and Jerry. So I just took Jinx.
and I would not have liked that.
Huh?
Jasper and Jinx, if that was the original name, I'm just thinking to myself, oh, that just doesn't sound right. But that's just because
Yeah.
we're Tom and Jerry.
Their first tangent train here, but their
Oh
first
God,
ever
no.
their first ever on-screen debut was Jasper and Jinx, and something just didn't hit with that, so they just changed up the names and kept the original art.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry is iconic.
But yes, this is I'm trying to go for an Optimus Prime type of feel with the voice here. So if it comes off a little bit too low, let me know, and I will try to bring the microphone closer. But who are all of you?
Oh, I'm Maruz. I get the sense you've spent some time in a monk school.
Oh,
I can just see it on you.
it's apparent. You seem, and I look at your hands, adept with fighting as well, it seems.
I've been around a scrape or two.
Put my middle arm on the table. Yes, it's rough out here. And you, what's your name?
Marius kind of looks between the two of you because you're both like a good foot or two taller. 5'3", by the way. And I think both you clocked in at like what, 7 or 8 feet tall each?
7.5 to 8, yeah.
Yeah, Jesus. Just kind of looks up, goes, well, my name is Marius, and it's a real privilege to meet you both. I'm not sure what my skill set's going to bring to this unique group unless they need me for some survivalist in the nature vibes, but I'm also a bit of a cartographer by trade, so I could always help map our way for going looking for lost magical artifacts to what was it bring back to the agency. That's right.
Yes, what they
Yeah,
just said. Yes.
I'm sorry. I was a little ill prepared when I came in to this meeting today.
Are you from these parts?
I'm from a lot of parts. And
See,
I've been gone.
myself, I've grown up being a part of the city guard of Clem. So I'm very adept with everyone here. So if you need any pointing out of where things are, please.
I do appreciate that. I've been out of town for a while is the best way to put it. I was lost for a while, which is bad for somebody who's a cartographer. It's kind of ironic. But that's a whole nother story.
My trunk picks up the cup and begins to start sipping while listening to you.
That's useful.
Yes, I can even hold other various things. Been known to strangle a man or two out with it.
Oh, just out with the bragging about the brute violence force. All right.
Well, I am very direct, but with harm comes healing. As you would see a little bit of like this hue come off my hand. I am a way of mercy monk, so I can hurt you and heal you with my hands. I can, I hate you. I love you, heal you. I hate you, I love you. I hate you, I love you. You can only do it 3 times though.
I can appreciate a little bit of a balance between the healing and the hurting. I get that. I too have a little bit of both in my repartee, as it were. But
Seems if we need someone who's able to get to tight places, we can have you. If you ever need a lift up, we can help you.
oh,
I look around. Do I obviously see there's more people in other groups versus us? Like maybe we might be down a person or two.
It's kind of a variety.
Okay. With that, I
So-
wouldn't know to be like, maybe we're down a person or two.
Some groups are a little bigger. So I would say there are no groups less than 3.
Okay. Well, then obviously Denitos is immediately going to go, ha, we're good ones. Yes. Why else would they put only 3 of us versus the rest? We must be extremely skilled.
Marius looks at the obvious 2 seats that are probably next to where we all sat. Doesn't say a word.
By the way, if you haven't noticed, I have a Drax feel of how my conversation will go. So it's just like, yes, this is great. We are the best. We are the ones.
Drax and Shaggy walk into a bar together.
Like Zoing Scoob, I think some bad stuff's about to happen, man. Yeah, Raggy, rats ups.
Yeah, I started that.
Yes, you did. And I finished it. Finish him.
Tangent tree.
But you, other large individual, as I have to look up as you are a few more inches taller than me, because I'm just a straight like all my characters I've noticed always have a 7 foot height. I never really go much, so I'm just kind of like, ugh. You got the height, but I'm probably wider.
Yeah,
Let's be
that's
honest.
definitely how it is.
I'm stockier, you're taller.
And I'm just a twig.
You can ride on my shoulder too. Right next to Gerald. Sorry, Jinx. I don't know why I said Gerald. Wrong one.
Does Jinx just look up at you like with a questioning judgment, like a betrayal?
Yeah, just
That's
the
right,
her
Jinx.
eyes.
That's right. Yes.
Gerald was.
Previous.
I was just thinking that. God damn it!
Or Gerald was Jinx's father.
Oh shit, that's good.
We can determine that after this session. We'll come back. We'll see.
Have you all been staying in your seats, or are you making your way?
I think I would have been, even if they didn't, I would have been making a beeline for the feast table because I want to make a massive sandwich right about now.
This is gonna be hilarious because it's gonna be like I'm gonna get a normal plate and I'm gonna look at yours to seeing your thing and something like, I like this guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's making a Shaggy sandwich. As much as I'm not big on Scooby-Doo, no, this guy is basically an elven Shaggy. He absolutely is. The name is Marius Johanna. It's a Mary Jane joke.
Oh shit.
I was about to kill some goblins, but then I had sandwiches. Ooh.
So yeah, he's they are beelining towards the feasting area. Though every now and then they kind of look over towards the punch bowl, kind of like, yeah, we're going to figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out. Oh no. Did just out of curiosity, did anyone bring an extra bag to smuggle food? The klepto in me needs to know. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
Do
mean,
you?
I'm
No,
giving some to Jinx from time to time, but I don't have a
Yeah,
bag.
that's different than taking a bag full of food.
Marius is like Mr. Munchies. Of course, there's going to be like room in a bag.
Um, if so, Maruz, do you are you attempting to put food in bag?
Yeah, I'd probably go over to the table and like as I'm putting food on my plate, I'm also putting some of it into the bag.
Okay, I will also take a stealth check from you then.
Okay. Da, da, da. 16.
Perfect. Okay. Um, I will say that there are like retired or older current members of the agency who have been there a while with their families because you know it's a celebration for everyone. And at one table, you kind of look around and you're throwing some food. It's definitely bacon. Because you got to get that pocket bacon.
Pocket
You're
bacon.
throwing some bacon in your bag, and when you look to continue down, you just see this little girl just staring at you. And she holds her hand out to you.
I give her pocket bacon. I give
She
her some of it.
smiles. How many pieces do you give her?
4.
Okay, she smiles. She shoves all 4 pieces in her mouth and then holds out both her hands.
I already love this girl. I want her to join us. Just bacon girl.
Does she look like she is like what is it? Oliver Twist, please sir, may I have some more like very like
No. She's in like a fancy poofy like pink dress. She's got ribbons braided into her hair. She is a very well cared for child. She's
I
just looking at you with big eyes.
He just loves bacon.
I could just imagine Maruz is doing this stealthy, and Marius is like about 10 feet behind him, just making the sandwich and then making a second sandwich to put in the bag, not even being subtle about it. There is no subtlety, there is no self-awareness. They just, it's food, it's here to eat. It'll be eaten, maybe just not here.
Her
I'll give
cheeks
her
are poofed out
poofed out with
from the 4 pieces of bacon. She's just looking at you like.
Chipmunk girl.
Then she narrows her eyes at you and looks at the bag and looks back at you.
narrow
And
my
then
eyes back at her.
at her hands.
Give her 2 more pieces of pocket bacon. Finish putting some more into mine, and then I move on to the vegetables section and start putting vegetables into the bag.
Okay. Sounds good. Marius, if you're also trying to smuggle a giant sandwich, I will need a stealth check from you. And because you're trying to take a giant sandwich, it's gonna be a little more difficult for you.
They're not being subtle. They don't see this being a problem. So I'm just opting to fail because this is Marius just being Marius. I'm sorry. There's just 2 sandwiches about yay high on the table as one gets ready to into the bag.
Are you actively prepping a bag for a sandwich?
Oh, the bag is open, like on the floor next to the table.
Okay.
It's your bag or is it my bag?
It's my bag.
Okay.
Whenever you decide you are going to stick that sandwich in the bag, I will need a stealth roll, please.
Even though I'm choosing to fail.
If you're choosing to fail, no. No,
Okay.
that's fine. I just want to make sure that's the choice you're making.
Like I
So-
said, Marius has no self-awareness that this is poor etiquette or whatever. So it's just
Okay, that's fine. Um, as as you're about to place the sandwich, you're like picking it up, you're like holding it over the hole, just like making sure circumference wise it's you're and you look over and you see a centaur, a male centaur, just staring at you, and he goes, what do you think you're doing there, sir?
haven't you ever heard of a road sandwich?
Here's the thing. The food here is to be eaten here. If you think you can eat 2 sandwiches, that is perfectly fine, my friend. But we do ask that you do not take any extra food home, as we have already agreed to donate any remaining food to the less needy of Clem. And you taking that sandwich, I don't even know. I mean, if you're going to be here for more than 4 hours, that sandwich might spoil. That's a health risk, my friend.
Marius thinks for a minute, just kind of mulling it over. Oh, I mean, the sandwich has already been made. Like, I, I, mm,
You're going to have
um,
bread.
what's that?
You're going to have soggy bread.
I, I've eaten worse.
Oh, I don't, oh, no, don't.
If you even know
I'm just,
where I've been,
no, I'm just thinking about textures. Here's what we'll do.
have you ever had Feywild food? I've had Feywild food. It can be wild.
Uh, here's what we'll do, my friend. This one time you can take this one sandwich since it's already made and you've had your hands all over it. But please don't put any more food in the bag. Only put the food in your mouth.
Um, I mean, I didn't know that there was going to be a whole like donate the leftovers. That's on me. Honest
Yeah,
mistake.
it's
Uh,
fine. We'll just be watching you. And the centaur clops off. And every once in a while turns.
Proceeds to squeeze the bigger the main sandwich down to start to do the shaggy bite.
Yes. Denatos, is there anything you're doing while the food shenanigans are happening?
To be fair, Genesis just watches all that and goes, okay, puts his mouth level with the table and begins to, with his trunk, slide the food, because you notice that Denatos's mouth is almost a foot long, and I don't know if you understand how wide a foot for a mouth is, but I can probably fit about 2 pounds worth of food straight into
God.
my mouth. So I just one swipe,
Bruce clocks that,
delicious.
and he just nods, very proud.
You then
Meanwhile,
watch as out of my wrist, Stabby, I think I I'm not sure if you're cool with this because we haven't talked, but for attachments for my hand,
Yep.
just a dagger comes up as
Oh.
I stab a piece of meat and just.
Yes, I'm okay with that. Incredible.
It's like a big piece too. Yeah.
It's just like watching like the three most absurd people dealing with food. You know, shoves food in bag stealthily, gives pocket bacon. Shoves sandwich in bag, doesn't give an F. Scoops food in the mouth with trunk, and then stabs food with dagger. And then you pan back to Marius, who's almost like serpentine, like unhinging jaw to shove the sandwich in their mouth, bite by bite. It takes a while, but they do it.
Fantastic. Maruz, you get to the dessert table, and out of
Not this one,
nowhere,
fantasy D&D. Not this one. Sorry, they said elephants are herbivores. I'm like, not this one.
Oh dear.
This is a fantasy world where elephants eat meat.
That is terrifying, to be honest. Just the idea of an elephant.
I know, but I'm saying.
like a hippo.
Yeah.
Oh God, they scary.
I've had
The
a dream
gifts.
about a hippo.
I
but
was
that's
actually
great.
debating between a GIF
Oh,
or
that's
the Fluxodon, not the Fluxodon.
So, Maruz, you get to the dessert table, and out of nowhere, little girl pops back up,
Dang little girl.
looking at
That's so great.
bacon grease all over her face. She looks at the bag, looks back at you.
Well,
Her dress does have pockets, and you can see bits of bacon poking out of her pockets.
and I can just tell like the grease is starting to like smear along the pockets. Barkhead is now regretting what I just did. But what kind of desserts are on the dessert table?
So there's like cakes, there's cakes with tears, there's cookies, there's brownies, there's bars, there's donuts, in particular, maybe a maple glazed, a bacon maple glazed donut. You know, just a variety of desserts. There's donuts with sprinkles. There's just a lot of different donuts on this table as well. The little girl also has little horns, and there is a piece of bacon on one of her horns.
Do you have emerald eyes?
Maybe.
Aww.
Where's
Give this girl all the bacon. I approve this. If this is who I think it is, I want all the bacon for that child, please.
I'll give her some cookies as I just cock my head at the piece of bacon that's in her horn. Just kind of trying to register how and why, but understanding little girl. Don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions.
So she gets some cookies as I shove some desserts into my bag.
As you stick the cookies in her hands, she just goes like this and the cookies fall. She doesn't even look at the cookies. She just sees you. Her hands are empty. The cookies on the floor.
He wants bacon.
Respect
More bacon and give it to her.
There is a bacon maple glazed donut.
Yeah, I give her the bacon maple glazed donut
Right.
too.
She takes the donut and she sticks the donut in her horn. So her little horn is just big enough to hold a donut, and she holds her hands out again.
Wow.
You know, I already know the girl wants food, but I, at this point, kind of want to do an inside check on the little girl. Like, I'm trying to understand, what do you want?
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I got a 1.
Oh no.
Yeah, she just wants bacon, dude.
Yeah,
That's all you get with the 1.
pull out even more bacon and give it to her.
Great. Do you give her any more donuts? Or is it strictly bacon?
No, I'll give her like 6 more pieces of bacon and then shoo her along.
Okay. You she gives you a little smile and she skips away over to an area, and they're too far where you can't really make out who they are, but you kind of see like a blue figure and another figure with horns, and you can just hear them saying, "We have to get going. We only came for the introduction." My voice is not here. Let me start this over because this is not the right voice. Sugar Plum, we need to get going. We only came for introductions. It's time to go now. What? Where'd you get all that bacon? And they are gone. 3 of them.
That's such a great bit.
Where to next, everyone?
I make my way back and I'm just kind of trying to process all of that. But at the same time, I am kind of respecting that little girl.
Bacon girl. Is there anything
Just to rehash something, when you were talking about the punch bowl, the idea was that um he was trying to make it so that it would turn you into a worm, as in the giant creature with wings, but it ended up turning people into earthworms. Or was it vice versa?
No, it's vice versa. He wrote WORM. Would you still love me if you were a worm? But Kilmore didn't use WORM worms.
But there was still a worm waving at people at the table.
That was like WYRM.
Wasn't it a very, very tiny,
It was a smaller version, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Marius is hung up on that, but it's just like, is it the portion size that makes for the there's too much involved in processing that, and I don't have nearly the alchemical know-how to fashion a I'm gonna have to talk to him sometime. Yeah, just kind of like does like a flyby, just passes by the punch bowl looking at it, and then looks for other beverages, because obviously they're not going to try to like wrangle a cup of mystery shape change punch,
Mm-hmm.
the group that would obviously be like, yo, 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 we said don't drink the punch. He's already gotten on a shit list for the sandwich, the road sandwich. So he just kind of scoots past, kind of looks at it longingly, and then continues looking for other beverages. And then once satisfied, circles back to these two.
Are y'all just kind of hanging out in the in-between of food and bandy dancy area? There are chairs and like tables and stuff set up.
What do you
Yeah, I'm just sitting there the whole time, just
What do you two think of this agency plan for the future thing?
well. Were you here during the attack?
No, I'm rather new to the agency. They tended to hire me for a lot of things as a sort of contractor, and eventually it just sort of spilled over into joining maybe a year or two ago.
I was there that day when they made his attacks all around the globe. My stupid fucking mustache hair. RP, and I could just taste it in the back of my mouth. I was here on the front lines. So many people died. This agency was a sham before. But I hear the people who are in charge now are actually pretty decent at what they're doing. I know I've met Miss Princess Amira once or twice, as she told her tales of the times during the crusade against Oleander. But unfortunately, that was the day I lost this, showing the arm. Yes. I think this place needs some help. That's why I think we're all here.
I kind of question the idea of gathering all these magical items. Because if there's one thing I've learned, when you concentrate a lot of things people want in one location, it makes it a bigger target.
That's correct. From my understanding, that was the initiative of the agency prior to this, while Oleander was engaged. But maybe they saw use in what he was doing. All those items that he was using. One thing I wish to know is, do they destroy them or house them? So I say get rid of them. If they're too dangerous, why keep them?
That's my concern.
Problem with the magical artifacts is destroying them is going to take a magic that's equal to or greater than just to get rid of it. And then nature abhors a vacuum. It's going to fill with something else, and that something else may be far worse than what we had. Keeping it under lock and key does put a bullseye on the agency. But with the forces that they had mustered to fight Oleander while we were all in different places in our lives, and they're getting more forces rallied to protect against another incursion like that. I think they're trying to keep a balance. It's difficult to do when you're also gathering these items. So it's going to be precarious no matter what side you fall on the line with. And I will say, I joined the agency many moons ago, and then I was gone. And just not so long ago, I came back after everything had happened. I didn't know what happened. I'm going to be straight with you. I was out of the loop, which put a lot into question. But knowing what the prime goal of the agency was then is still kind of what the prime goal of the agency is now, just without the founders around to do anything about it, and with a bunch of heroes that are now legends to help guide the path, I guess. The princess and her friends all did a great service to this world, and I think if they're in support of the agency doing what they're doing,
I could
maybe
just
we.
imagine the agency after Chris where Zonton was sitting being him. I can only imagine there's a pamphlet at some point where he's pointing like the Uncle Sam, we want you, and it's just Zonton on the front. Just a little satyr man, just like, we want you. Now come
It's
on
just
down
it's
to the agency. Yuck.
it's just our version of the TVA book. Oh, I like that look that I just got for saying that. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. But yeah, I think if they approve of what the agency is doing, we're probably on the right track then.
Are y'all planning on staying in this section longer? Are you ready to head to the exit?
Got my food. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, sandwich gone, beverage down. There's, Marius is starting to feel good about things, and it's just like, all right, time to mosey.
Fabulous. So you make your way into the exit, and it's like not a maze, but has kind of the vibes of a maze. Think like the hedge maze from the Triwizard tournament, fourth Harry Potter, like that, but not like dark and scary and the maze is gonna eat you kind of vibes. There's dancing lights, it's very happy. There's groups going around, think kind of carnival. You see a number of different stations. Also think like Ren Fair vibes with like signs and like the different buildings and the cute little signs. These different stations are being run by like retired and older agency members. Again, their families are there enjoying the fun. And as you look around, there's signs. The first ones that you can see are a ribbon shredding contest, and then ribbon braiding and like a friendship bracelet making station. It isn't a maze in the way it kind of just like swoops and like turns, so you can only see so far down the path. But there are more signs pointing in certain direction, like down the path towards other things to do. So it's up to y'all if you want to stop at the ribbon braiding, friendship bracelet making station, the ribbon shredding contest, or if you want to keep moving.
I've been here for a very long time. This is a very normal thing. Just want to let you know. Amara is very into ribbons, and she makes everyone know who she is.
So
I actually did this a few times around here. It's pretty fun. Shredding everything is very satisfying. I had something stuck in my throat there, so it sounded gravelly. Oh.
So would that imply that we should do any of this, or
It's entirely up to you.
no? I'm saying
can.
to big britches.
If okay.
You can just call me Big D.
Nope.
Oh,
Everybody's just like, nah.
Nah.
I'll just write that in my notes real quick.
I know
I'll
I just got for everybody at home, the mayhem, we're having streaming problems, so the good flight of chaos is sitting next to me, watching and helping run background, but we had to put everything. So I know I got two people to have a big smile on that.
I'll just call you Danimal.
Danimal.
I was going to
I
call
used
them
to have
Trunks.
those. They had yogurts like those.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, aren't those yogurts?
When I was a child, they had these yogurts, I think they called Danimals. Yes.
You had them too? They were always given to me at my monk school.
No, I think it was just a monk thing then, because I had them all the time, but I can't find them anywhere now. It's like they've discontinued them, but I have them all the time back. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
Yes, and this, Ertl has gone and tried these and has now hoarded them all. So you can order them, but Ertl just places the order in so fast, so just the monks have them because Ertl is obsessed with them.
Damn.
No.
I've heard of this one. He's very quick with the orders.
I just love that Ertl's inserted as a Danimal hoarder.
Yep.
Yeah, I can just see you reaching into your fucking shell and just pulling out the pack because they're all done together. You have to like rip off the packs from the other one. I could just see you pulling out a sheet of them and goes, all right, 25 cents or 25 gold a piece. Let's go. There you go.
Went from hoarder to like, bootleg seller or something.
Selling them to the children.
Yeah, something like that.
The maze that feels like a maze but isn't a maze but reminds you of a hedge maze. They use the word.
Amazing.
Poetic.
You do see as you're walking further into this section, a sign for amphitheater goblin wrestling with arrows going further.
I didn't know that they were back. They come through from time to time. They're very, very good.
Well, making my way to the goblin wrestling.
It's a GXG. It's very good.
Just
Like
watches
the
these
TNT
two. These
or what was the TNC or TNT?
TNC
Was
for
the old
Dynamite.
wrestling one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dynamite. Yes. They actually apparently are coming back. They just announced it. They're changing SmackDown back to TNT, I think. Yes, it's a big thing. I'm excited.
I just watched these two hyped up adrenaline junkies see the thing about wrestling and just shrug and follow behind kind of casually. Like, okay, I gotta go with the flow, man.
Me and the Danimal are just having a massive bro moment at this.
Bro. So you all pass the ribbon braiding and friendship bracelet making station. You see there's some groups putting beads on bracelets, and it looks like they've already come up with party names and they're making themselves all like party bracelets. There's kids braiding ribbons, seeing who can braid them the fastest. You pass by the ribbon shredding contest, and you see lines of groups ready to go, and you see one group go, and they have like sheet sized just things of fabric, and you hear the person running the station saying that they've gotten a new and improved, stronger fabric. And you just see when they say go, each party member with their own sheet, just claw, teeth, weapons, doing whatever they can to shred the sheet into as many ribbons as they possibly can within 5 seconds, sometimes 10 if the person working is feeling polite and nice. As you make your way towards the goblin wrestling, you pass by the small amphitheater, which is down its own little separate path, but you can see far enough. There's a little poster in front of the entranceway area to that path that says The Lost Pages. The play about Princess Cat's book, but only the pages that are missing. And as you pass by and you look, you see a group of people. Oddly enough, one of them looks like the princess, as well as Ertl, and another little satyr. I guess you'd recognize him as Anton. You'd recognize all the people who are just jumping up and down, hugging each other. And then the scene changes to someone dressed up as a llama with a red top hat on in like a grassy field, just like hopping around. And that's all you get as you pass by this path. And now you make it to the goblin wrestling station. And give me just a second to get stuff pulled up. Okay, so basically, this is kind of like an arm wrestling competition. You see smaller creatures working to arm wrestle one goblin, and you see another group of medium or large size participants wrestling two goblins. The person working this fun time shenanigan spot, because I don't know any other words for this right now, is a little goblin. They see you all come up and they go, "Oh, are you all here to wrestle? Are you here to play?"
Participate.
Yeah, that's kind of the point of the festivities. Like, we
Yeah, you
host.
just hear the nastiest, loudest consecutive cracking through both. Crack, 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 crack. I would like to sign up. I want to sign up.
Well, we're not. Okay. Anyone else?
See, my
I'm just
trunk goes over my mouth, but you can see the crooked smile that's coming from the borders of my trunk. Just,
Okay.
I'm
And
just moral support for these two.
The only thing that I can think of is that if me and I'm always bad with everybody's names right off.
Maru.
Um, yeah, Maruz, is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah, me and Maruz would be on there. It would be like the Big Show and John Henry match where the ring literally breaks because when he slams him down, the whole thing shatters. Like the whole ring literally broke, and it was not on purpose. It was all by accident because he had two like 400-pound
I
dudes
was,
slamming each
yeah,
other into the ground. Because that's I can only think this is going to be a weird combination of little people wrestling and big people wrestling.
Yep.
Oh boy.
oh yeah.
So you're both in. We would like to remind you that this is for fun, and you're just trying to pin a goblin, not kill a goblin.
Oh,
All right. Okay.
If there's any harm that needs some healing, I can do some touch up work to make sure that nobody's KO'd, as it were, if things get out of hand for you.
Okay. Well, you're both quite tall, so you'll each go one at a time. You will be wrestling two goblins, and you will be trying to pin one. Does that make sense? Cool. Which one of you would like to go first?
Animal, would you like the first on it?
Just the crooked smile. It says nothing. It just. Mhm.
Okay then. So here's how it works. We will be doing this as strength checks. Strength checks, okay?
Okay.
Because you're each wrestling two goblins, the goblins will roll at advantage.
Okay.
Ties will just be re-rolled. Okay.
Do we
So
want to make this interesting
what do you
and
propose?
more fun? I'll look at him and go, even sorry, even at a disadvantage, I will take, and I'll pop off my robotic arm. I'll do this one-handed.
Do you put that down or do you hand it over to me? Because
Well, no, not you. I would look over at Maru's just like, hold this.
I will
you're good.
gladly hold it.
It is a 60-pound arm, by the way. It's a lot heavier than you think. It's like that moment of like in Naruto, I just took off my waders and it's like time to play.
The little goblin host is like shaking with a little bit of fear. Eyes are wide, just like watching you take your arm off and hand it to your party member.
I just start picking through my bag and I'm like, oh right, road sandwich, round 2. I just start to pull that out. I'm like, it's gonna be entertaining. Start
Technically,
squeezing the sandwich down.
even one-handed, my trunk still counts because I can hold up to
Right.
60 pounds with my trunk. So I'm still not at disadvantage, but for comedic and for intimidation, obviously I'm not trying to intimidate, but it just comes with the territory of just how I am. It's just
all right, go ahead and step into the ring.
Yeah, you guys see me step up to the ring and I full step over top rope. It's like one of those, just like all the way reaching up over, and it's not even like a thing. It's just I'm standing there now looking at them too, like, good luck.
Their eyes are kind of wide. But they like wrestling, unlike the host. They're excited and they're just like crazy grins on their face. Go ahead and make your strength check.
My strength check.
Okay.
Is it just a strength check or is it like an athletics check?
No, it's strength.
Strength, okay.
I believe I'm remembering what I. Well, it could be athletics, strength athletics.
I have a 1 in that, in the 3, and that's why I asked.
Okay.
Rolling. Natural 1.
You rolled a natural 1?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't think you've tuned in for the last few games that I've been playing where every time that I roll, it's just been utter dog shit on D&D Beyond. And I've already put my dice away. Well, it's over there, but it's covered with other stuff. I could get 1 die. Actually, I have a big pink one. That's easy to grab. You have that.
Goblin boys.
That's also a natural 1 either way.
Oh, no.
Back to back natural 1s. Gotta love it. Yeah.
But I said no, you are not getting out of this one.
I get a 2.
Rolled an 11. So the Goblin boys pin you. They let you up. They giggle and they go, "Want to go again?"
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
He is genuinely confused because he was just like, I am so the fuck. Oh.
Do you want the arm back?
You just see the trunk.
Wait, you rolled it.
Marius has no clue how that turned out so poorly for Donatos.
Goblins do have a -1, so that's a 19.
You want to know the shits and giggles of this?
Did you also roll a natural 20?
No, I rolled a 19 plus 1 for a 20.
Okay.
We literally just went.
You have been given advantage on your next roll.
Ooh,
So because that was a natural 20, but with the -1, and because you were at 20, I'm gonna call this a tie.
okay.
We'll roll again. And you have advantage on this roll.
Oh shit. I didn't get on my table. Ooh, okay. First one's a 19, so that's another 20. Next one's a 17 for an 18.
Fabulous. I rolled a 16 and a 15 with -1, so both your rolls would have been right. Anyway. So do you wanna
I can only narrate in my own head as it's like the moment where I get tripped up and then it's like breathe. And like I'm breaking down time in my own mind as I'm like monking it, like watch and feel them come through. And I could just see them, and I just straight up grab them one by the throat with my hand, and I just wrap up the other one with my trunk fully as I hold them and look at them and go, didn't get me this time.
all right, they look at you. They exchange a look. And they go, best 2 out of 3?
I gently put them down. Yeah.
All right. Let's go again. Okay. So 15.
Natural 20.
Hey. Okay, you want to describe your next pin?
There's a moment where all of you are watching Denatos, and you watch these little goblins start running up until there's just a moment where, like, I just Super Saiyan just step out of the way straight behind them. I am actually pretty quick with 40 speed of movement, so I just think I just go, you missed. And I grab them by the back of the scruffs and hold them as they're trying to swing, but I got a good grip on them.
Fantastic. And the host is like, ah, good job. Come and get your prize. Please
I'm still holding them as I'm walking over.
put them down. Put,
Oh.
ah.
Woo. Give a large elephant. What is that? A grunt? A roar? I don't
Trumpet.
know.
I
A
think it-
trump. Yeah, like just a trumpet blow from my horn. My horn. My nose.
The host goblin is a bit afraid, and they're holding basically a gold medal on a ribbon, and they're kind of like looking up at you, and they're trying to like jump so they could like put it around you and over your head, but they're realizing they're never gonna get there, so they just kind of hold it out for you to take. Here you go.
Good. And as you look over, I also have like a thing of, not like a whole thing of, like how Amara has ribbons, I have competition medals, and I do keep them on like a regalia on a suit, but I don't have them out. So you kind of just see me undo my gi where it comes to the backside, and you just see like 5 or 6 different medals for an array of things as I just attach it and then cover myself back up.
Full on Ash Ketchum badges into the inside of his jacket from early Pokemon.
Yes. Yes.
Fantastic.
He loves competition, and that's what I base this character on. And his whole thing is like, if you look, it's like feats of strength, feats of eating, different things. Like I have also like an Eric Dune era style shirt that has a big burrito that I've eaten and won. Yes, I got a novelty shirt.
Iconic.
Any competition I am in.
Fantastic.
That's my flaw, can't say no to a good wager or competition.
Awesome. The host looks over to you, Maruz. Your turn. You ready?
Here's your arm back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't want to watch that. Okay. Go ahead and head into the ring.
And just because he set the precedent, I will also do it. With one arm.
I thought you.
You're going to be truly doing it with one arm because I had a trunk that didn't give
Yeah,
you
I know.
disadvantage. This is going to be cool.
Gonna go. I take my arm off, and I was like, oh,
I just, yeah.
Ah,
Like the Suicide Squad character, disembodied man.
oh, just was it Nathan?
Fillion?
Yeah, Fillion. Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. So yeah, I hop into the ring, just keep one arm behind my back at all times.
Okay, the competing wrestling goblins look at you and they go, "Oh, I hope you're ready." Go ahead and make your roll. Oh,
Damn you for setting the precedent also on this one.
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh no.
So at the first round of each fight began with a nat 1 and a nat 20. Ay, caramba.
The goblin boys take you down. They go, again?
You hear it's not that easy, huh? Little bastards got me too.
Not used to fighting people this tiny. All
Your
right.
dice roll too well. I'm sorry.
It's the worst thing for a big person to be taken down by the smallest version of them. It's like, how? Why? What did I do?
Between
Thanatos is contemplating
gigantic
his life decisions, like, I did not have enough training. These
between
goblins are
gigantic
very
bites of sandwich, Marius just leans back, eyes are glazed over a little bit, goes, size matters not, man. It's what's within that really matters.
What did you roll?
Oh, am I rolling again?
If you want to go again, we can roll again.
Yeah, I'm definitely going again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanatos just leans over and just goes, I don't know what you've been having, but you better be sharing.
Okay.
Noted.
I got this is athletics or just
Yeah,
strength.
athletics or strength, whichever you prefer.
14.
Okay. Roll a 17.
Oh
I'm telling you,
no.
my dice. The goblins
Oh.
look at you and they kind of tilt their head and they go, one more time.
Murs is just having a very existential crisis at this point. He's like, yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
He's still doing it one arm behind his back because now it's about the pride.
Strike me down.
Thanatos just leans over to Marius and goes, why don't they just have these goblins go get everything? These are very formidable foes. They're a better team than anyone here, I think.
That's a good question. Above my pay grade, but worth asking.
25.
There it is.
That definitely beats the goblin boys. You want to describe your pin?
So as they try and, I assume, zip around and try and get me off balance, you just see Maurice start kind of fade in and out between shadows before he just comes up right behind them, scruff of their neck, and puts them down on the ground.
You did it. Huzzah.
Do you guys want to go again?
Yes.
One more. Because We got to make sure it wasn't a fluke. 21.
Yeah, that'll beat us.
Two are very tough goblins.
That's why we're here. We're the toughest goblins in all the land. My name is Sha. And my name is Zam. Together we make up Shazam! Shine Zam.
Damn Sam.
Yes.
Yeah.
The host goblin walks up to you as well. Again, trying to figure out. They're doing little hops, trying to get up to you, and they just go, "Here you go. Nice job."
Thank you. I just hold it, look at it, and then just don't even say anything.
You're welcome. Enjoy everything else.
Wow.
You see another sign as you make your way, with "Outstare the Cyclops."
Wait, what was that?
Outstare the Cyclops.
Oh,
Oh,
oh. Does the blazed astral elf think that they could just go out of mind, just dead stare at a Cyclops? I think that they do. They're like, oh man, I space out so much that sometimes I forget to bling. This guy doesn't know what's happening. I'm gonna crush him.
You make your way, and you see another agency member kind of like lay back in like a tanning chair. And in this area of the hedge, it almost forms like a hexagon. And there's little like not posts, but like sections of the hedge where there's like ribbons, like decorative ribbons, and it's just like in a big empty space. And the agency members just kind of like chilling in the lawn chair. And there's a big sign that says "Outstare the Cyclops."
Just sort of saunters up and then goes, is this where the staring contest is?
Yeah.
Guess you don't get a lot of action.
Well, they look at their wrist. There is not a watch on their wrist. They just look at their wrist. Well, the play isn't done for another like 30 minutes or so. So I think a lot of people are watching that. And then they're gonna make their way past us as they head towards the exit. People are also disappointed when they realize there's not a real Cyclops here.
So, what? Reel it back for me for a second. So, why call it Outstare the Cyclops?
He looks at you. He looks to the open space, wiggles his fingers, and a Cyclops appears.
do I get the sense that this is an illusion? Because I know minor illusion as a cantrip.
That would be the correct sense.
So then it's a trick. You can't really
Powerful
win
magic.
if this is just
Well, no, actually, an hour or so ago, this little girl with like this pink fluffy dress was in here. Apparently she knows someone way up there and they couldn't stay and they wanted to go through this area because they were gonna leave right after the announcement. So she won the staring contest. And she actually won it 5 times. And she wanted to do another 5 times. But her parents were very much like, we gotta go, sugar. I think that's what they told
Children
her.
stares through your souls. Yes, this is true.
She kind of scared me a little bit.
Children are frightening.
She had some dagger stares. So you
Wait,
can't
there's stairs made of daggers?
No,
How
but
would one approach or get up them?
the way she looked at me was like she knew she could dagger me if she wanted to.
I understand.
And I believe she could. She couldn't have been very old, maybe 5. She was scary.
So she would.
I call her the one who stares.
God damn you. Oh, why? So I'm guessing this is an endurance thing to outlast the spell then?
I guess. I don't really know the ins and the outs. I was just told what to do and I do it.
But you're the one that determines the winner.
Yeah.
So if she won, that means either the spell ended or somehow the illusion blinks, which you would have control over because you're the one casting the spell.
I did go off the rails a little bit. And she did sit there and stare for half an hour at one point. That was also the 5th round, and I think that's why her parents said we gotta go, was because we all just sat there watching her not blink at this thing for 30 minutes. So I just follow the rules as was given to me. She was the exception. Would you just like to try it?
Yes, out of just morbid curiosity now, I suppose.
All right, go ahead and stand in front of him. I call him Ralph.
Hi, Ralph.
The illusion doesn't move. Ralph says hi.
Ralph it is. Okay.
So what you're going to do is just beat a DC 14 Constitution check.
Constitution check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. Constitution check also has the same as the Constitution saving throw. Okay, cool. Coolio. We'll use this lovely creepy die. And I rolled a 14 plus 4. Nice. So I got an 18.
Fabulous. So you see the Cyclops's nose start to twitch, and you hear the worker go, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, and they both sneeze.
Oh shit.
And the Cyclops blinks.
Well, goddamn.
Yeah, excuse me, I guess you win. Here's your prize. And he hands you a potion of healing.
Oh, neat. Well, goddamn, that's pretty swell. I like that.
Does anyone else, would anyone else like to?
Oh,
Hard.
man. I'm very
Tasting.
bad at these games.
I'm just eating some pocket bacon.
Yeah, dinner toast is good.
And you, sir, are you good to go?
With us?
Are do you?
Oh no, I'm just eating pocket bacon. I'm good.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess y'all are almost at the end of the path. So if you want to just keep on going, you've almost done it. Congratulations.
They definitely seem like a person who just hates their job so much.
Or they're about as blazed as Marius is and just lost in it. Okay. Yeah. Marius nods to the other two and is like, all right, onwards and upwards.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So you're following the path, and it's typically always been straight ahead. The only time it's veered is when we've had the amphitheater. But now, instead of like the bright glowing lights glow, the maze seems to have gotten a little bit darker. And you get to a crossroads. You can either go left or you can go right. Which do you choose?
Do odds left, evens right. Evens right. How about this way?
I say the left.
We'll just say you, little one.
You're the tiebreaker.
Oh man, I hate pressure like that. Oh, oh no.
I imagine
And
Maruz is just looking down at you, and I have to imagine Danimal is also doing it because we tower over you, like you said.
so Marius just takes out a coin, looks at the two of you, goes, what? Stop staring at me, man. Making me feel like somebody's gonna pinch me. And then just pulls out the coin, goes and looks at it. Heads right, tails left. So odds left, evens right on a d6. That is a 6, so it's evens to the right. Instead of to the left, it's to the right.
You all make your way to the right. And strange enough, it keeps getting darker. That's not a word. Like darker as you go. Not too dark where you can't see. And it almost seems to get foggy. And you've been walking for about 5 minutes, which seems strange because typically there's been a sign. And there's never been a very long walk between events. And you come to a clearing, still dark, still smoky. And in the center of this clearing is a skeleton. But it's overgrown with ivy vines that extend through its body. And stems are stretching like muscles around a bone. And it's because it's so dark, you can't necessarily tell if you're seeing it exactly or if it's just an illusion because it's blending in so well to the environment. But you hear almost a click as it turns its head. Again, almost like a dog or a cat, just like looking at something new and trying to figure it out. And then it starts to walk towards you. You're about 30 feet away, we'll say, from this creature. And this is where we'll go to break.
Well, hot damn.
Yay.
So I don't know if Light can hear me, but if All right, we're back. So, you all have just, to recap, just a smidge, walked into kind of around, it's a dead end, but like a circular room. And cute Ivy zombie boy is starting to walk towards you. You're 30 feet away. Let me find my link. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, okay.
I mean, zombie boy is gonna keep walking towards you. So,
30-20.
what did you roll?
30-20.
Cute. Okay.
I got a 13. Not bad for somebody who has no initiative bonuses.
17 for me.
Um, Maruz, what's your dex?
The modifier or just the score?
Just the score.
18.
Okay, perfect. Okay. All right. Thanatos, you are up first.
Okay.
Maruz, you're on deck.
And sorry, I had a little bit of a break, brain fart. What exactly happened just now?
So, the Ivy zombie is walking towards you all. You all.
That's right.
You're all about 30 feet away from it. It's just kind of like cocked its head a couple times, and it's now coming towards you.
Okay. Out of well, off of my back, I have this spear that I've always had. Like I've taken it off and everything. Also, I haven't illustrated, but it has this crystal tip to it. This bright green hue. As I just pin down and start walking forward to it very slowly. Oh, okay. You just fucking right in the head. This doesn't seem like anything. Let's see here. Because I just grabbed a whole dice set here. That's gonna be an 18.
That will hit.
That's what he needs. 4 of these. Wow. Oh. Wow. Max damage, 10 points.
Very nice.
And after hitting it, I put my spear down. I go, stop it. And Fury of blows just one time to him. For 2 times. That's a dirty 20 for the first one. And then a 13 for the second.
Okay, the second just hits.
Second just hits. Cool. And that's going to be, oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay. 4 points. Sorry. 8 points. Because I forgot. Monks get to use their modifiers on their Fury of blows.
Okay.
And that's my turn. I am 5 feet away of, so I have 40 feet of movement.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, Maruz, it's your turn.
All right. I will go right up to it and just be like a blown object and just fucking hit it. Or try and make an unarmed strike against it.
Okay.
We 15 to hit.
That will hit.
That'll be 6 points of damage.
Got it.
And then I will do my own little flurry of blows. Because at this point, it kind of feels like I'm actually competing more with Danimal than trying to take this thing down.
Yes, I bring out the best in everyone.
Just wondering which of us is going to be Goku and which is going to be Vegeta.
You know, the irony is, in the original campaign's first episode, there was a rivalry between two monks. Just pointing that out.
The devastation that comes with having 2 monks in a campaign is gnarly because you have a higher chance to stunning strike every enemy you have, the more attacks we get.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna run to this one. Stunning strike. I got him. Okay, I run away from this one and then go to the next one. Stunning strike. Okay, I have 3 more hits. Just run through and everyone's just fucking
Okay, so the first one is a 10, the second one is a 16 to hit.
16 hits. The 10 misses.
That'll be 5 points of damage.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to stay within melee of the skeleton plant boy.
Okay. So just an estimate, how far do you want to say you are away from it?
Away from it, I'll be within. I'd stay within melee, just so within the 5-foot range.
Okay, perfect. So Zombie Boy is going to make its first vine attack on Thanatos with its cute little vine. So that is 11 to hit.
it misses. I have a 15 for a DC.
Cute. And then Maruz, you are going to take the second hit because you both attacked it. Does a 16 hit?
It does not. I have a 17 for my AC.
Fantastic.
Monks with natural armor classes. Yeah.
So once again, it just kind of cocks its head at you and it stops attempting to walk anywhere. Marius.
Yeah, so I see all the shenanigans happening and kind of shrug a little bit and go, oh, I guess we're getting into it early. And they go to take a step forward, and when they do, there's just like a sudden like flicker of starlight, and then as a bonus action, I'm using Starlight Step as to basically, it's like a Misty Step, but it's for Astral Elves, and he just basically bamfs back behind it, and then because that's an ability, that's not a spell, I then cast Thunder Wave on a actually, yeah, it's a 15-foot cube. So wait, is Thunder Wave? Yeah, it's centered around self. So I'd be like 10 feet, or yeah, enough so that I wouldn't be putting the Thunder Wave on them, but I'm behind it. and putting the Thunderwave edge of the Thunderwave cube on it, and I'm casting it on a second level.
So how far can you use the Misty Step like?
30 feet.
Okay, so the zombie boy is 30 feet away from you.
Okay, so I'll do it to the side of them then, if that works.
Yeah, so go 30 feet to the
Well, and
side.
I can still walk 30 feet and then bonus action do that. So
Okay.
yeah, that pans out. So yeah,
So go to the side and then walk 30 feet so you're behind it.
yeah, essentially. And then it has to make a Constitution 13 saving throw against the Thunderwave.
What did it need to beat?
13.
Oh, well, I rolled a natural 1, so it does not.
Whoop. Okay, 3d8 damage. Here we go. 7, 1, 4, 4, 12 damage. Yeah, 12. Wait. Yeah, 12 damage. 12 thunder damage. In addition to that, it is pushed 10 feet away from me. And that sound will be heard up to 300 feet away. So
Okay.
yeah, that's a big bada boom.
You said it was 12 points?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's it. Bonus action movement.
Okay. You see Zombie Boy start to kind of almost like fall apart. But then it's like a reverse, he just zoops up back together.
Mm.
You all hear a rustling. And from the side, amongst the hedges, crawls about 5 feet another zombie, and it begins to walk towards you all.
Oh.
So it's about 20 feet away from Maruz and Darius. It's about 50 feet away from, or excuse me, Denatos. It's about 50 feet away from Marius.
Okay.
Once it moves, that is all it's going to do. So we are back up at the top with Denatos.
All right. We have this one and another one.
Mm-hmm. The other one's
Okay.
about 20 feet away from you.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I'll just grab on the 2 hands my spirit this time. Knock him.
Right.
I rolled damage die and not the to hit die. Oops, getting ahead of myself. God damn it, I keep hitting my cord. That's an 18 plus 4 for 22.
Okay.
And this one, that's going to be 9 points of slashing. And we'll do another Fury of Blows. I'm going to take this one at a time with damage just to see if it's still up.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be a 17 to hit. That's going to be another 6 points of damage.
You see it start to fall apart again. And how do you want to do this?
Cool. With that first Fury of Blows, I just kind of put my hand through it, and then with one solid jerk, I just rip him in half, and then look at the one behind him, and then start walking to that one with my last Fury of Blows to make my last attack on him.
Okay.
And that's cocked. That is a 16 plus 4 for dirty 20.
That will hit.
And 3 points of damage.
3.
Yep.
All right. Maruz, it is your turn.
All right. I'm going to make my own way over to second zombie boy, and I'll break out my own quarterstaff. It's not anything as ornate as Danitos's, but we'll make a strike with it. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Very nice. That'll hit.
So do we have any particular rules for how natural 20s calculate damage?
I usually say, I'm gonna say we're gonna go with max damage plus whatever you roll.
That'll be 12 plus. So that's 21 points of damage.
Very nice.
My heart.
It's still up.
Still up.
Not looking cute, but it's still up.
I don't think it was looking cute long before we arrived.
It was a very cute Ivy zombie. This one had little like mossy bits and a couple like flowers around its skull.
Has a little flower crown.
It does. It does.
All right, then I will use Flurry of Blows to take 2 unarmed strikes again.
All right.
So first one is going to be a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Second one is a 12 to hit.
The 12 meets it, beats it. Go ahead.
So they both hit?
Yep.
Okay.
Give me the damage for each of them, not all together.
Max damage on the first one, so 8 points.
Okay.
And then 5 points on the second one.
All right. Again, with each of the hits, it kind of seems to start to fall apart, and then it's like the reversal of it brings itself back up together. So that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Alrighty, Marius, you are 50 feet away.
Yeah. Just gonna probably just go with an easy move here and just cast one of my guiding bolts at this bad boy. It's a +5 on my die roll for this attack. So we'll see. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Cool.
And that's considered radiant damage, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And 46 radiant. 14 points of radiant damage.
Fantastic. You see it start to crumple and try to reform. How do you want to do this?
When Marius does the guiding bolt, you see them kind of like tap their staff on the ground real hard, and then it kind of like pops up and he goes, oh, 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 and then just kind of twirls it after having almost bumbled, and you see the crooked, like gnarled hook on the end of the staff light up, and just starlight beam just goes right up into the Ivy zombie, and just the light then poof, out of it.
Fantastic. So they're both piles of moss.
Have I ever seen something like this?
No.
Hmm. What would I do for a check to see how these things were created? Would that be Arcana, Nature?
Um, why don't we do an Arcana check?
Okay. Not Marius's wheelhouse, but not the worst possible fate to roll on a die check here. 16. That's actually reasonably well.
Um, you can tell it was created with some sort of necrotic magic. But that's really all you can pick up. Obviously it was a zombie, so it was undead.
So it's like you said it was an Ivy zombie. Was it like incorporated in it like a humanoid corpse in the mix of the Ivy?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Um, think I'm going to carefully kind of like prune away a bit of the ivy from the main body, and then um just keep that as like a sample to try and take to somebody to examine, see if anybody can suss it out more than I can. And then look to Maruz and Donatos and be like, um, should we be concerned about this, or was this part of our you know, testing to see how we work together as a group?
Um, why don't we go and try and find someone?
Could you all make
Because
perception checks for me?
perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I guess, do any of you look at the bodies um besides Marius?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay.
They were all like pretty rotted, right? Like there's no way to tell um who they might have been. They look like they've been here for some time. Okay. Is there anything identifying amongst the remnants, like maybe a symbol of office if it was a noble or
Um,
something?
if you look at their hands, where wedding bands would have been, they each have like a band of flowers
Hmm.
around that or around that finger.
I'll point that out and be like, I think this was a young married couple.
Oh dear. I don't like that. That's a lot of bad energy from that.
Did you all roll your perception checks?
I got a 21 on that.
Oh,
Okay.
me too. That's awesome, man.
13 for me. Same as my passive.
Um, from the back wall, Denatos and Marius, you start to hear some rustling. And as all three of you turn, you can see a figure walking forward. She has long black hair. Think Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. She's got bandages wrapped around her hands and wrists and then halfway up her arms. Thank you all so much for rescuing me. I got lost and I don't know where those came from. I just thank you. She appears to be in shock. As a reward, I would like to tell you all your futures, if you don't mind.
Insight check.
Yeah, I was clocking that too, but I want to see if anybody else would say that first. That's good.
15.
Is anyone else rolling?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Sure.
If you're giving it, yeah, I wouldn't mind. A little on edge after zombie vine people.
25.
Oh my God! Screw that! I only got
Natural 20
19.
plus 5.
You see time.
You look up, you see a computer screen.
Okay. Marius, what did you roll?
19.
Okay. She's telling the truth. She just wants to give you all some information.
Interesting.
Use her gifts to help you all.
Thank you.
Is that all right?
Of course.
Haven't met a seer in quite an age. That's kind of cool, man. All right.
Do you mind? She reaches for each of your hands. One by one, she kind of just like brushes her finger down your palms. Her eyes start to glow. Kind of like an amber color. And you hear kind of just like a big gasp, and smoke starts to pour out of her mouth. Those of you who answer the call, in war and strife the world may fall. She's kind of starting to float a little bit at this point. A hero's choice changed fate. Parts were lost and some were gained. Seek the one. And as soon as she starts to say, seek the one, from out of nowhere appears another woman. She's cloaked in black with a hood. You can't see much of her. You hear, seek the one. She wraps her hand around this woman's mouth. And you hear her say, "It's too soon, my friend." And they both disappear.
What the fuck? This is
Just
why.
like vanish, disappear, like magically just.
They're gone.
This
Yep.
is why magic scares the shit out of me.
Okay, you two are both pretty straight right now, so I didn't just see that and okay. All right, oh, that's not we need to talk to somebody because this seems like this is more than just test now that too many factors.
I have to concur because I am left with one singular question, which is, what the fuck?
Why? This is why magic makes my brain hurt. It's one thing about using one's forces within themselves. This is fucking wild.
You saw me harnessing magic. I pull it from the world around. It's all within us if we try. But back on track, we should go talk to somebody, show them this, tell them what we saw.
You say that, and as we continue to like start to walk, I'm in the very back, just going.
Right. As you're all walking, you make your way back to where the path split. And as you come out of, you guys went right. As you come out of the right and come back to the spot where you were standing when you decided which way to go, you see that there's only one path. There is no right or left. There's only straight ahead.
Oh what?
I reiterate my question.
Do I still have the little sampling of the zombie vine stuff?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. At least we can say that we didn't hallucinate. There's something that. So I tend to have a problem with the current current day agency members taking my word right now.
Do you continue down the path?
We need to find some officials.
Yeah.
Thanatos, you know the agency people better here than I. You would you know where to find some of the you're from this town, so
I mean, the where we came from, yes, but we are currently somewhere else right now. Once we get out of here, we can talk to someone. But right now, let's just keep going forward until we either find somewhere or something, someone.
all right. Well, I was the tiebreaker for that last path choice. I'm abstaining from making that decision next time.
We'll all hear a voice from above go, "Remember, at the end of the path, your clerk will be waiting for you who can answer any questions."
These damn birds. They talk.
Caw, caw.
Curses. This damned world has changed ever since I've been there.
We're going forward then.
Yes.
Fantastic. You all are walking for maybe 15 seconds when you see a door with a big exit sign above it. You see kind of like a row of people just kind of standing there. And as you all make your way into view, one little guy rushes forward to greet you. "Oh my gosh, you guys. This is not the voice I intended for this character." We are.
No, you have to stick with that.
Oh,
I know, now I do. I said it. That wasn't.
Oh my
Alright.
god, guys.
Oh my gosh, you guys. You're here. You did it. Did you enjoy it? And in front of you, what appears to be a human. They look like they're like 10 years old and they're in deep navy robes. "Hi, I'm Kurt. I'm your clerk."
Kurt the clerk. Oh no. Why?
Did you all
Oh,
My giant ears begin to fold into themselves like, oh.
This is not what
Uh,
I intended. I'm
I
sorry.
just how tall is Kurt?
Like, how tall are 10-year-olds? Between like what, 3 and 4 feet tall?
8 feet tall.
Someone, how tall? 3 feet?
8 feet tall.
No, he's
I
like,
mean,
10-year-old.
I was just subbing this year. I should know this. What grade are 10-year-olds in?
Fourth, I think.
average 10-year-old height.
Anyone know how old an average 10-year-old is? Let us know. That's
Average
how
10-year-old height is about 4 feet, give or
great.
take.
3 to 4 feet. They're on the shorter side. Let's say they're like 3.5 feet tall.
Okay. Marius kind of like reaches down for a change and kind of just like pats him on the shoulder and goes, Kurt, is it?
Yeah, please don't touch me.
Oh, my bad. That's right. Consent. My bad. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. We don't know each other very well yet. I'm more of a hunter, but I don't know you.
It's all right. The three of us we had a strange occurrence back there.
Was it fun?
If you call encountering two Ivy zombies, a seer and a mystery woman in black in a path that no longer exists.
Did you have one too many and hallucinate?
These two didn't, but I sure could have.
Oh, well, those
And
things.
there's also this, and just pulls out the vial of the Ivy stuff and just I took a sample of one of the zombie things to make sure that we could take it to an expert to look at. So
I see it.
he just
Uh,
holds it out, and
is it like
it's
stoppered with a stop? Kurt unstops it, smells it, and then eats it.
oh, buddy,
It
that's
doesn't
not
taste. It doesn't taste like moss.
it. It came from a zombie.
Oh, well, why didn't you say that? And then he's
I
kind of like, ah,
did.
no. Oh, I swallowed that.
Didn't
And
I just say that it came from a zombie?
You
I
did
wasn't.
just say it came from a
I.
zombie.
You just said you found something, and I just like trying new things. So my first thought was eat it, and I just kind of focused on that and not the rest.
Oh man, you're the same type of person that would take the herb and just just down the whole thing without rolling it.
That is what Kilmore says sometimes too. But not about herbs.
Mm. Well,
Kilmore's really cool. I look up to him a lot. Anyway, I don't know how you saw that other weird stuff because it's not part of this festival thing, but I'll talk to someone for you. Did you get any names?
the seer lady didn't give a name,
Okay, you didn't ask?
but she was
We kind
she
of didn't get the chance to ask her.
Oh,
she thanked us for saving her, and then she was going to give us like a fortune, like tell us our futures. And midway through it, this other lady just swooped in and silenced her, and they both vanished.
so was she giving you like fortune cookies?
Not in that sense. Just reading our palms or something. It
Oh.
was really trippy, but not for them. It was
Mm.
Smoke came
I
out of
think
the
at
mouth.
one point I feel like this voice has differentiated from what it started as, but this is where we're at. Uh,
just an ever-changing voice for this Kurt.
I
First
think at
contact
one
with
point
you.
there had been discussion of hiring like a seer to do like tea readings, but they never showed up.
Well, she was something special. It seemed like she was trying to help us.
Are you sure? Because it sounds like the skeletons weren't trying to help you.
No, but we saved her from them. So
Sure.
Did we?
well,
She came after the zombies.
yeah, but then the cloak lady came after her and took her away.
Conspiracy.
I don't know. I just
What did the other lady say to the other lady? The seer lady.
something like it was too soon to tell.
It's too soon, my friend.
Oh. The conspiracy gets more intriguing. Well, I can make a note. And they pull out a notebook that's like half the size of them. And they lick the tip of their quill and they start writing stuff down. When I make notes, I like to do doodles with them. So could you describe me so I could sketch them?
I give the description of the seer lady.
Great. Kurt flips the picture around and like the face, very well done. The rest of the drawing is just a stick figure with bandages wrapped around the hands.
You definitely got a artistic talent for faces. That's amazing. You could do
Went to art
sketches
class.
for
Uh,
IDing.
We just did faces. We haven't gotten to bodies.
That explains it, man.
Yeah. Well, I'll make a note. I'll let the high ups know, because that's weird. Wasn't supposed to be here. I apologize. And maybe we'll do some research about it next time I see you all, which we'll be seeing a lot of each other pretty often. Because I'm your clerk. Kurt, the clerk.
It seems like there's a joke there, and I'm just not getting it.
There is not a joke. My parents just got really lucky with my name and my career choice. It just sounds good.
Does the agency have a rule about underage employment, or am I just assuming here?
You are assuming, my good sir.
Oh, there we go. Clarified some situation.
Now you can ask me how old I am, because that's also kind of rude.
Well, that seems like that's more personal business that you would want to divulge on your own than me.
Yeah. And I don't know you.
Exactly. We're still getting to know each other. By the way, I'm Marius.
I know who you are.
Well, you didn't say that, man.
Well, I ran up to you all knowing who you were before I met you all. I've read your files. I know everything.
Cocks his head, just like the zombie things did.
Everything in your file.
And
what?
you say that like that's supposed to scare me.
No, that's just part of my job.
Just leans back and goes, I don't get you yet, but you're all right. You're all right.
I'm great. I'm amazing. I'm fan-freaking-tastic. I do hope you all have fun.
Thank you. You are very strange, but I like it.
Thank you.
Keep being you.
What?
I think he was trying to be motivational.
Oh. Do you guys need any snacks? I have gift bags.
Sure.
Well, you can't have them until you're gonna leave. So are you gonna leave?
Yes. I think we're
Okay.
ready to
Yeah.
move.
I hand you each a gift bag. Inside, you will each find a donut, a pickle, and a piece of bacon, a thank you card, and a potion of healing.
Mm-mm.
Are the donut, the pickle, and the bacon all touching each other?
No.
That would have been very, very strange.
Marius, no joke, takes both the pickle and the donut out and just kind of like clumps them together and just tanks it.
Hey, did you eat the sandwich you bagged earlier?
Yeah, I did. During the gobbly wrestling. It was really good.
All right, well, if you all go through the door that says exit, you'll be transported to your individual homes, wherever you originally came from. All right.
Agency housing it is.
There I go.
Bye.
Nope.
See you real soon. Have sweet dreams.
That is one set. That is one set.
Marius turns at that point to look back as they're walking through towards the door, just goes like this and just right back at him, and then goes and out the door.
Denatos, are you gone as well?
Oh yeah. I just go and just slowly walk out.
Just
Fantastic.
just matching weird for weird there.
Iconic. Well, you all go home for the day. It's pretty late at this point, because the festivities started around in the evening. Anything specific you do before going to bed?
We all do have proper badges, right?
Correct. Yep, everyone has a badge.
All right. Actually, one by one, I think I would just ping Maruz and Thanatos and just be like, just check and make sure you guys made it home okay, because that was a weird experience, and I want to make sure that I'm not for not having a bad trip and that this all happened.
Is this a voice?
Are we like housed at different places, or we just went to our own individual homes?
It's kind of up to you where you decide to live.
Okay. Then you wouldn't hear Denatos screaming absolute murder. Who is this? What the fuck is going on? Oh my fucking god! Ah! Because he hates magic. You're in my head. You see Denatos in the morning with a big black eye. I've given myself
Oh no.
to beat the magic out of me.
Okay, maybe I won't. Murs would probably have his own separate room, and just hearing the voice in his head probably would kind of write it off, because he's more concerned with seeing how bad the room is, because he didn't bring his little gorilla, which I remember telling you about, Ariana.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
how much of a mess has Monkey made?
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh, geez.
6.
And roll a percentile dice.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Where's the other one? 53.
53. Great. And would you say your gorilla is like a smart gorilla? Like if you taught him a trick, he'd catch on pretty quick?
Yeah, I mean, he's still very kind of young. I wasn't expecting the night to be as eventful as it was, but
Just a baby, right? Okay. So do you have a spot in your room where you keep like any extra weapons you own?
yeah, maybe from like a few trophies from past.
Yeah. So your gorilla has been sitting, waiting for you to come home. He has caught on to you like arming yourself. Has any of you seen the border collie on TikTok that wields a sword?
Yes.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so your gorilla is just kind of sitting there waiting for you to come home, holding 2 little daggers. Your weapon section is a hot mess. But like not like anything's broken. It's just like he clearly went through everything and,
Okay. Is he
explored.
holding the weapons menacingly, or just kind of like he's there and I just see him?
It's
I
kind of
know.
like I want to play, but I love you, so I'm not going to kill you. If you had been a stranger, it would have been menacing.
I know. Give me the dagger. Give me the dagger. I pull out some of the veggies. Just be like, give me the dagger.
Eyes grow big. Looks at the veggies. Looks at the dagger. Looks back at the veggies. Throws the dagger. Runs for the veggies.
This is basically Murders right now. Just he gets to work, cleaning up everything. I know it went longer than I expected. More happened. It was a very, very weird child.
Yeah.
Next time I'll bring you. Just food. A lot of it. And that's basically Maru's just for the rest of the night. Cleaning up, taking care of a small, very hairy child.
Fantastic. So you all make your way to sleep for the night. And you drift off into dreamland. And everything starts black. But then you start to hear the prophecy again in a different voice. And this time you hear, "Seek the one with eyes of sun." And then the prophecy stops and you start to see visions flashing. You see a group of heroes around who you know to be Oleander. They appear to be battle-stricken. And you see shadows floating out and around the group from the center of Oleander's body. And they all seem to be sliding and heading in the same direction. There's a flash, and you all see the eye of Ordoon. And you can see a figure in the reflection of the eye cloaked with a hood. And you try to get closer to the eye to see what is in that reflection. And when you blink, you see the turn of the hood coming down in a flash of golden eyes. And as you attempt to get a better look at who that figure might be, a cloud of death moths flutter in between the two of you. Things start to go dark again. The last thing you're seeing is the death moth. And you hear the voice say something new. "Before the rise of the Nemesis Queen." And everything goes black. And that is where we will end tonight's session. We did it! Huzzah!
That was wild.
A lot of
Good
things.
job, Stabby. That was really fun.
The bait and switch of, oh hey, the seer is okay, potentially. No, it's the hooded figure.
We'll see. So that's session for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. Be sure to check out our Discord for updates on all of our games. Check out our other games. We have got a whole bunch now. We've got games on Tuesdays. We've got games on Fridays. So check those out. We also have a link to our YouTube if you ever want to catch up on any episodes from any of our games, as well as the original Erectum Rising campaign. There will be some Easter eggs worked into this campaign just as a callback to the OG session. Check out our TikTok. I think that's just about it. So join us next time. As we maybe do a little bit of a dungeon crawl, I think. We'll meet some new friends, hang out with Kurt. It'll be a blast. So that's it. Thanks for joining us. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great job tonight. Very proud of you. First time DMing. Very nice.
Woo!
I like your narrations. It was very good.
Thank you. Thank you. I made sure to type everything up.
The dream sequence was where it really, yeah, it was nice.
Shout out to Sordix Pen. That was his idea,
Nice.
which tied in very well with some other things we have planned. I don't know if Flight is still here to end the
I think
stream.
she's staying silent yet or on the phone, but she said that she'd be able to hear us.
Cool.
Yeah, said to text when we needed anything.
So
Zord says, goof job, guys. Goof job,
you.
guys.
Thank you. Good job.
We did a very goof job.
Yes, that was what we were.
That's typical. That's typical.
There is something I took out because I thought it was going to be too complicated for me, but I think we're going to have to coordinate that in another session if y'all are really into competitions. Yeah, shout out to Sword and Luck who really helped me tie some things together for this first session. Yeah. I don't really have much else to say, but I don't want to sit here in awkward silence.
It's all good. So I can help with that. So every single Tuesday, come with the alternating channels between Planescape, Edge of the Void, coming up with the new episodes of what's going to be happening as the new arc is about to unfold. Also on the alternate Tuesdays, come see Leagues Underneath with our very own Flight of Chaos, myself, and a few others that would actually be in this group that's not here tonight. And then on Fridays we have Evils of Infericus with Concleod himself. We have all of those. We also have a merch store that you can come over and hit up. We have a whole bunch of chibi stickers that our very own Miss Pocket in the server has made. I myself also make maps, so if you need anything made or custom for your own battle maps or whatever, or just a regional map, we can work something out. If there is anything I miss, we apologize, but we hope you have a good night. I think that covers it.
Yay! I think so.
Mhm.